Hey everyone, jumping on a live quick here to be able to have the conversation today in terms of regulations and whether agencies should be governed by some kind of board. Don't you love how my hair is constantly looks different every time I do a video? Anyways, so today I wanted to bring up the conversation because it's actually been something we've talked about in the past. We've been fighting really hard in Ottawa to change the criminalization of surrogacy and to have more conversation and awareness brought to government levels. There has been a lot of discussion around the responsibilities of agencies. And it is one of the conversations that probably needs to be had and probably needed to be had a long time ago. So we're having it. I actually spoke with several agency owners in Canada about a year ago about this. And I personally feel like we should be governed and we should be having the conversation among all agency owners about responsibilities and general outlines in terms of what we provide. But I don't think most agency owners agree with me. In fact, that's what I got told. So while the idea is appealing to some people, people who've been doing this for a long time really don't want change. And that's difficult for some, I suppose, to adjust, but change is inevitable and things are going to be changing in this industry all the time. And it's probably an issue that we need to address before things change drastically, so we can get ahead of things. I don't want someone coming in, I understand, and telling me what to do with my business, because it is my business. I created it, I run it, it's a program, but we have ethical and moral responsibilities and legal responsibilities towards the people that hire us and towards the team of professionals we work with every step of the way. Do I think it would be really smart for agencies to all get together, discuss practices, and talk about forming a regulatory board? Absolutely. Do I want to see that in the future? Absolutely. But it has to either come from a much higher government level, and we have to, I guess, be forced to do it, or we all have to get friendly and get on the same page together. And I'm not sure which is going to come first. So I do believe in our program we have a very high standard for screening, for responsibilities in terms of what we provide our couples and all of the professionals we work with. And we have a very high standard for each step of the way in terms of lawyers, clinics, psychologists, and who we work with. Because if we're referring people out to other facets, we want to make sure that they are at the same standard we are. And so we are now at the point where having the conversation about regulatory boards is something that's come up within some of our lawyers' tables, and we're trying to make that conversation a little bit easier, but it is definitely something I think we should be doing. I would love to hear about how people think that should unfold, so that we can maybe in the year or two to come go to the table and have some more discussions together. But I think agencies should have a panel, a governing board, somebody that they go to, that they have to register and be licensed before they can just create something and say we're an agency. There's been a lot of people who have popped up here and there over the years and just said, yeah, look, I'm doing an agency, super duper, but that doesn't make somebody an agency. You need to have certain practices in place. You need to have created an entire program and a business that works around the professionals in the industry. So we are hoping that the conversation will continue to happen. We're hoping that other agency owners get behind us because we actually are beginning the conversation at the legal level with some of our lawyers, and we are hoping that it becomes mainstream in the years to come. It will help us as an industry be more legitimate, and there will be less attacks in terms of what we do or don't do within our businesses and our agencies and our programs. Anyways, if you have any thoughts, leave them below, and stay tuned for the next conversation.